What's up, family? Man, it's New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's to you. Man, thank you for rocking out with me this year. It's been a difficult year. It's been a challenging year for many of us. You know what I mean? I apologize for my throat. Man, you guys know that's been with me for a minute. Man, like the last 3 weeks, I've been, had a lot of freaking walking pneumonia. You know what I mean? And it's the phlegm. I don't really like doctors and stuff like that. I know they can benefit you and all that, but I'm not interested in being a guinea pig. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in getting pills and the side effects, you know, the long-term damage. You get better immediately, but long-term you suffer. It's kind of like what we're going to talk about a little bit today. You know what I mean? Stay with me. This year has been challenging, you know, but we made it. Here we are. We're going into a brand new year, a year that none of us has ever seen. You know what I mean? Man, Deion Sanders, you guys know I'm a big fan of Deion Sanders. I've been a fan of his since he was at Florida State. You know, when he moved into Colorado and he started coaching there in the Power Five, he said something about, man, I'm going to get comfortable. I'm going to get real comfortable. And what he was saying was, man, once I get comfortable, once I get my legs under me, once I understand the ropes here, once I understand the dynamics of what I'm against, you're not going to touch me. You're not going to be able to see me. You're not going to be able to handle me. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I promise you that. And see, that's what we have to get to in life. You know what I mean? Stay with me. We go through so much crazy shit in life. You know what I mean? But once you get comfortable, and what I mean by getting comfortable, once you go up against the worst, once you've been knocked down and broken and gone through so much, man, you get comfortable in the aspect of, man, okay, you know what? I've been through the worst. I've gone through so much. When I look back over this year, man, I've gone through so much. That's broken me, that's humbled me, that's just, man, I've gone through all the emotional stages of being angry and bitter and hateful and just a victim. You know what I mean? All of them. Now, I'm at a place of just pure gratitude and love. Gratitude and love. I didn't think I would see this day. Truth be told, way back in March when I was going through all the crap that I was going through. In the worst of it, I didn't think I would see today. I didn't think I would make it this far. And yet here I am. Here you are. We made it. We've gone through all of the loneliness, the isolation, the depression, the unforgiving. We've gone through all of that. The sicknesses, the illnesses. We've gone through all of that. And some of us are still facing some of those things. But yet here we are, going into a new year. It's going to be an amazing year. Oh yeah, it's going to have its challenges. Every year does. It's going to have its hurdles and obstacles we're going to have to overcome. But once you get comfortable, once you realize how powerful you really are, once you get to the place of, man, you know what? I don't have to have anybody. I don't need anybody. I don't need somebody to help me pay my bills. I don't need somebody to be here to cook for me. I don't need anybody to help me around the house. I've gotten comfortable. I could do it all on my own. It's just a trip because I talk about purpose. And so many of us, we want people in our lives, and those people have nothing to do with our purpose. We're just lonely. We just want somebody's company. They can't help you reach and fulfill your purpose. Excuse my voice, it's like it's going out, but it is what it is. Y'all bear with me today. You know what I mean? They can't help you reach your full potential. They don't bring out the best in you. And yet we want these people around us because we don't want to be lonely, because we don't want to go through the isolation period. We don't think we're going to be able to make it. So we want somebody there to help us pay the bills, to make it more comfortable for us. But that's not what you need. That's what you want. What you need is to go through that shit so that you can understand, man, okay, God's got me. God's got me. I got me. I'm good. I can relax. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. But I can make it through this. I can rise above this. I can overcome this. I can overcome this. So what happens in life is we want people there with us. We want people to enable us. We want people to walk on our path with us when things are challenging, things are difficult. And what happens a lot of times is we get distracted. We don't learn the lessons that we're supposed to learn. Because now we're entertaining their bullshit and we're caught up in their mess and their drama, their pain, their suffering, and all that other stuff. And you can't focus on you because you're so busy fixated on trying to help them. You're so fixated on trying to talk them off the ledge that you miss that this is a time for your own personal healing, your own personal resolvement. You know what I mean? You come into an understanding of some things of why you've gone through what you've gone through. A time of your own personal reflection. I remember earlier this year, I didn't think that I was going to be able to make it financially. And it's like, man, I need somebody, I need a roommate just to help out. And God said no. And I didn't understand that at the time. It's like, God, why do you want me to suffer like this? And God, I don't get it. Why do you want me to go through this hell like this? That's not even logical. That's not even practical. That makes no sense. If I had a roommate, man, it would eliminate some of the stress. If I had a roommate, man, financially, I'd be a whole lot better off. All this other stuff I'm talking to God about. And God said, yeah, you would be. But you wouldn't grow as much. You won't heal as much. Because you'll be distracted a lot. See, by you going through the struggle, you're learning patience. By you going through the struggle, you're learning to appreciate your lowliness. You'll learn to appreciate where you're at, what you have. You learn that things don't validate you. You learn that people validate you. You don't need those things for validation. You don't need those things to know that you're connected to God, Source, Universe, the Most High. You don't need those things to know and understand that you've been chosen. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. And going through your pain and suffering, Elijah, it's going to teach you to dive deeper. To dive deeper. To push past the superficial. To push past the pettiness. You got to learn to dive deep into your subconscious thoughts. You got to learn how to face your fears and your insecurities. See, as long as you have somebody there, that eliminates a lot of that. And now you have a whole lot more money to be a lot more distracted. You have somebody else there to distract you from diving deep. You have somebody else there to stop you from looking at you and being real and honest about yourself. So the real question is, not why do you want somebody in your life? The real question is, why don't you want to take the time to reflect? Why don't you want to take the time to look back over your life, especially this year? See where you messed up. See what you did wrong, how you could have done that better, how you could have handled that situation better. And to also look back over this year. Man, I did this good. Man, I handled this great. I didn't handle it great initially. Man, I grew to be humble. I grew to stop being judgmental. I grew to stop being hateful towards this person. I grew to stop being bitter towards this person, to stop being angry towards this person. I've learned to let a lot of stuff go. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. What have you gone through this year? What hurt you the most this year? What crushed your spirit this year? Why did it crush your spirit? So when me and my wife split, that crushed my spirit. That crushed me. Because of the rejection. And so I had to sit there and learn to, okay, what about this hurts me the most? Is it the fact that she left? Is it the fact that I'm embarrassed? Is it the fact that the rejection of her is hurting me? Did I need her for validation? Did I need being in a relationship to validate my worth? And now that I'm no longer in a relationship, does that make me less valuable? These are the things, some of the things that I've had to sit there and process. Sit there and work through. And the truth be told, I had to understand that it wasn't her personally. It wasn't her leaving that hurt me the most. It was the emotional attachments that I put on her leaving me. When somebody gets left, the person that gets left often is looked at as, man, you ain't shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? And what do? And so there's that embarrassment. There's that shame. There's that humiliation. And the ego kicks in. And you get spun out of control and go down this rabbit hole of low self-esteem, self-hatred. You're not good enough and you're worthless and da-da-da-da. And there's all that other shit. We have to grow up. We have to learn to sit in our stuff, to stew in it for a minute. And when I say stew in it and sit in it, I'm not talking about in the negativity. I'm talking about sit in the moment and understand why I attach these feelings, why I have these feelings attached to this experience. And you got to get comfortable in your own skin. You got to get comfortable looking yourself in the mirror. You got to get comfortable diving deep into your subconscious thoughts. You got to get comfortable seeing you. The real you. Man, I hope and pray that I've said something to encourage you, to inspire you, to uplift your spirit. 2023 has been a challenging year for many of us. And that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. If you've learned from it, if you grew from it. And if you haven't, that's all right, man. It's not too late. Sit there today, or whenever you watch this video, and work through the process of all that you've gone through, why you've gone through it, and walk through that process, work through that process with a spirit of gratitude. Being grateful that you survived it. Being grateful that you made it out of it. Being grateful that you were able to see another day. Another year. I love you guys. Happy healing. Namaste. Peace.